Hello, my name is Sybella Wilkes and I'm the author of Out of Iraq, a book designed for everyone from school children to adults that want to understand more about refugees from Iraq. I arrived in Syria in 2006 at the same time that hundreds of thousands of Iraqi refugees were fleeing their homes. I was hired by the UN Refugee Agency, known as UNHCR, as their public information officer to spread the word about the plight of these refugees. Every day, queuing up outside our offices were up to 8,000 refugees, desperate for help. I spent many of my first days meeting Iraqis to learn more about the situation. Unlike other refugee crises I'd worked in, these refugees were not living in camps. Most left major cities such as Baghdad to seek refuge in the capital of Damascus. We had no way of knowing how many people were in Damascus, but the Syrian border authorities were reporting between 30 and 60,000 Iraqis crossing the border each month. While this crisis was becoming larger by the day, the world didn't seem to be paying attention. At the height of the crisis, we were lucky enough to welcome UNHCR's Goodwill Ambassador, Angelina Jolie, to visit our operation in Syria and the neighbouring camp in Iraq. Angelina's visit was vital in helping to draw the world's attention to the plight of Iraqi refugees. Angelina has kindly written the foreword to this book and recently paid a return visit to Iraq, where she met with families who've returned to their homes after many years of displacement. Out of Iraq took me 2 years to write. During this time, I got to know many courageous Iraqi families, often while they were registering with UNHCR. Nothing in life had prepared these people for becoming refugees. Many had lived in the same neighbourhoods for generations, only to find themselves in danger in their homes because of their religion, political beliefs, or simply being in the wrong place at the wrong time. They fled with savings, but very soon these savings ran out. It was often at this point that they would come to UNHCR to ask for help. By the time I left Syria mid-2009, over 140,000 people were dependent on UNHCR and its partner, the World Food Programme, for food every month. For every book sold by Evans Brothers, the publisher of this book, Evans is making a donation to this fund to provide food for refugees. Out of Iraq is a patchwork of accounts by Iraqi refugees and humanitarian aid workers. Background on the history of Iraq and the period before the 2003 invasion is given early on. The story of Iraq is told through first-person accounts, art by Iraqi refugee artists and children, music that can be downloaded from iTunes, and photography by professional photographers and budding refugee student photographers. The majority of the book is created by Iraqi refugees. As I was writing this book, I asked my daughter, who's 12 years old, and her friends to read it. I believe it's important for this generation of children to grow up with an appreciation of the culture of Iraq, as well as the tragedy of the wars it's been plagued with. I would like this young generation to grow up asking questions about our responsibility to care for people fleeing wars. I hope that this book provides one opportunity for children to step into the world of Iraqi refugees. Thank you.